feel like, there's so much to say, especially in the morning when like my mind is operating at a higher frequency.
Higher pitch. It's a higher pitch.
So it's like, I got all these thoughts I want to get out, and I just like recording now in the morning because let's share what we know, right?
Right.
That's how I feel right now, and I've been sharing because I have that, I'm promoting and stuff like that.
Right.
But the thing is, even though we think what we're saying is just it's normal, right? But people appreciate it. Like, and people hear it and they be like, oh, that makes sense, That one thing you can say can trigger someone else's mind to change something of their lives.
That's just like the Mystic Eye Car Chronicle that me and my wife made. It's still sitting up on YouTube. You seen it, right?
Oh yeah, I saw the stuff you was making.
Oh, you saw it, right?
Yeah, you sent it to me.
Yeah, it's 12. It's like 13 episodes. So I'm surprised she didn't take it down.
It's up there, man. It's gonna stay up there.
And I said, yo, she could take this down. But my man says, yo, Katie, she ain't gonna take that down. If you listen to how you were speaking and how she was talking, she was the narrator questioning you, but she never got a chance to talk. Hardly. She wouldn't open herself up to speak like she was supposed to speak. I said, yeah, because she has a lot of skeleton in her closet that she don't want the world to see. So what y'all saw was a cover up of her hiding herself. It's like a book with a cover on it, but the book they haven't opened up. Meanwhile, the book got 1,000 pages already. But she just questioned me being a narrator. She thought, I'm like, yo, I said to her, yo, you like Oprah right now. And you question like, yeah, babe, and this babe. And I'm like, yo, once you answer questions in the survey when people wondering you talk, right? Yeah. I said, people even wanting you to talk, and you won't open up. Like, so you question me and ask me what you think.
It's that insecurities that we was literally just talking about, right?
Right.
That's what stops us out of the spirit of fear, the mindset of fear. It's like we start thinking about people judging us for what we say or what we did, and you know what I'm saying? That stops us. Instead of operating out of this mindset of love, out of abundance, out of just caring and sharing, because that's where that's the spirit I get from you.
Right.
Like, you don't mind sharing with people because you don't really care if people don't like what you say or
no,
people,
I don't, Hans. I don't.
And that's what I love. That's I really enjoy being around people like that who speak their minds, who don't like not necessarily just say whatever they want to hurt people.
But it's truth. It's truth because you can't bite your tongue. You can't be under no law and order because if you was like you did service time, right?
Yeah.
And you had to listen to the drill sergeant talk and spit in your face and yell at you,
yeah.
Stare him right in the face. So what kind of mental that made you who you are to this day? So freedom of speech.
Right.
With no conscience, no cutthroat, no alcohol, no weed. You gonna get me without the alcohol, the weed, or anything. I'm gonna speak my mind. I'm not gonna let a drug or alcohol or anything control who I am on an everyday basis. Oh, Kyron was drunk and he spoke this way. Nah, Kyrie don't need no drugs. You gonna get Kyrie like this, riled up in the morning.
I'm high on life, dog.
Yeah. I'm gonna speak like this. So any family member that knows me, oh nah, Kyrie's the opposite when Kyrie drinks. Kyrie's laughing, he's joking, and he's not me. So I be getting like, yo, alcohol, like was Father's Day when we did the episode, we were talking about sexuality on the last episode, and when you lost your virginity, and that's the only time she opened up. Oh yeah, I lost my virginity at 13. I said I lost mine at 11. And if you go to the episode, we're talking about
that's young, man.
Huh?
That's young.
Yeah, it's young. I was into women early. I was touching women. I was like in kindergarten, kissing in the locker room. When you then at lunchtime in first grade, I used to be humping. I was crazy. I was crazy about women. Girls, I love girls, and I controlled it.
Is it here?
Yeah, right here. I had to control it by time I got to middle school and everything, and then once I knew what pregnancy was, and I'm like, hearing my man fight all the time with his girlfriend about Pampers and you're not doing this and doing that. That made me think. I'm like, yo, Pampers. My man playing basketball and he can't even afford to buy Pampers. His mom's is buying Pampers.
Isn't that crazy?
Yo, I'm like, yo, I'm sitting here thinking like, yo, you had a child, and now you think about it now, it's hard today raising a baby today.
You don't think about that though. When you're out there having,
When you
having
be
intercourse,
no,
having
not
sexual relationships.
No, when you look, hold on. When you being the plumber,
The plumber. Cleaning the pipes, right?
yeah, cleaning the pipes.
You
It's
don't think
constant.
about that. You
No,
don't think about those consequences.
no, you don't think about those consequences. You being the plumber.
Is it right here?
Yeah, you mean the right hand. You being the plumber. You being Super Mario.
Super Mario.
Yeah, doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom, doom,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Doodle, doodle, doodle. Be millions of sperm. Doodle, doodle, doodle.
Just out there,
Yeah.
right?
Doodle, doodle, doodle.
Out there.
Doodle, doodle, doodle. Hold on. A month later, doodle, 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 doodle.
Oh man. And guys think it's cool to do that. That's the thing. And that's what I learned. Like, New York, you already know. It's
Right.
like that was the mentality. It was like a sign of strength to you know what I'm saying? And then to me
To procreate.
now, yeah, it's a sign of weakness because
Right.
you're procreating without taking responsibility for the things you're creating. And that's the lowest sign, I believe, the lowest sign of immaturity. When you don't take responsibility of the things that you create or things that are under your care.
Oh, they don't care. Men today, now, look, ain't that many babies being born today. In the inner city,
Whose fault is that?
in the inner city, in the poor neighborhoods, the babies are still born. Like I ran into her and she's like, my son got 3 kids, girlfriend got 3 kids. I said, do your son got any kids? She said, no. But I said, the baby mother's 24 with 3 kids. Got her kids taken away from her and everything. And I'm like, and they staying with you in the basement.
Mm.
So where she's going from there? Once she get herself together to get her kids back from foster care. Because the mother called her on the girl. So the kids are in foster care now. And that's what goes on in the continuous system. And that's why I told her, I said, yo, I'm not moving in your area because it's depressing for me because I came from that area growing up. I left that area. I lived 6 blocks in Mount Vernon from the area where the drugs and everything and the heroin is and the dope addicts are around the corner from where you live at. And I said, you paid $143,000 for this house. You should have told them, I got $125 for you before you move anywhere near in the neighborhood in that ghetto slab.
Oh man.
Look, the ghetto considered Jew, hood,
Yeah, right.
ghetto, Jew, hood. Meanwhile, the Jew gave the word ghetto.
Peace, brother.
Peace, brother.
Have a good one, bro. And we just came from the gym. That's my trainer. That's one of my mentors. OG for real, man. So you guys were able to hear our conversation. Just a little piece of it. Just a little piece. I just want to share. I'm like, you know what? We're having such a good conversation. We were talking about, mindsets. We talked about a lot of stuff, honestly, in the gym. And we hit a little bit about the mentality of today, right? And the effects of slavery. And I'll share a little bit of it with you, right? Because what he was saying was how strong we are, naturally, as people as Negroes, right? The Negroes who came, who were in bondage in America, right? The effects of slavery had on us. Through slavery, right? We were given physical empowerment, but at the same time, we were crippled mentally. I'll say that again, right? Through slavery, right? We were empowered physically, but at the same time, we were crippled mentally. And this is a big, big thing to really understand the effects that system has on us even to this day, right? Because I was talking to my brother, my partner, my business partner, Bildad, last night. We're Haitian, right? We're Haitians. So I was born in New York. I was born here in America. So I'm like, but my family is from Haitian descent. My mom, Haiti, Port-au-Prince. My father, Haiti, Port-au-Prince. They came over here. My granddad brought them over here. But they came with that mentality that was given to us 400 years of being in bondage, right? And even though we got our freedom, the physical freedom, we're still slaves mentally and spiritually, really, because a lot of those customs that we got from slavery, we still use to this day. For example, how like disciplining your children, right? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I got beatings when I was growing up, right? And I'm gonna put my Haitian people on blast. Yo, when the Gomun says "Mettez à genoux," you already know, like get on your knees, right? And get ready for this whooping, right? Is that leadership? You got to really think about that. And I'm not trying to call people out, but I just want to have that conversation and make you think about that. Is that really leadership? Is it leading a child by disciplining them with using violence, right? And I'm not even blaming all, my brothers and sisters from who's of the European descent. I'm not blaming my brothers and sisters nowadays. I'm just stating the truth, right? That those customs that we received, that was done to us, like they were the whippings, right? When they wanted to discipline, the slave, right, the worker, they whipped them, right? It was a given fact, right? They whipped them in front of everyone. They whipped them till their skin was peeled off, right? We got whoopings, beatings. When we was stepped out of line, they beat us, right? They beat our people. They didn't beat me in particular, but they beat, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, right? We got beatings, and to this day, look what happens now, right? When our children steps out of line, what do? Instead of disciplining them the correct way, what do? We go right into violence, right? And we think that's a form of training. No, that's a form of oppression, okay? That's a form of oppression. And to this day, like, I gotta thank my wife for this, because my wife is the reason why I don't beat my kids, right? But at the same time, when I first, you know what I'm saying, had my kids when they were young, so my daughter's young, I was going back into what I was taught, because I never knew any different, right? And me and my wife had to correct me on that. Like, listen, man, we're not beating our kids. And so, like, I understand now how detrimental that type of abuse really is, especially for a child. You know what I'm saying? Because now what happens is, instead of operating on a spirit of love, they're operating on a spirit of fear. Same thing with you, right? Because if you're a leader, right? How can you really call yourself a leader if a leader is supposed to lead, right? By example, by reasoning, by guiding, right? Not by fear, not by oppression, not by manipulation, not by coercion. If you're leading, if you think you're ruling in that sense, right? You're not a leader. At that, by definition, you are not a leader. You are an oppressor. You're a tyrant, okay? And most people think of, when they hear tyranny, they think of dictators and all this other stuff, but we got dictators at home. We got tons of dictators at home. And we don't even take ownership of that. We don't even take ownership of how we, take care of our own children. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even consider the damage psychologically, mentally, spiritually that we're doing, when that's how we think we're teaching them. No, you're not teaching them. You are breaking them in like they're cattle, right? They're not. We as human beings, we are creatures of reason and thought and thinking, right? We are rational creatures, logical creatures, emotional creatures, right? We are not animals. We're not the same. We're not even creatures. We are creators. Excuse me. Let me change that right now. We are not the same as the creatures on this world. We're not like a horse. We're not like a dog. We're not like a cat. We're not like we're not like them, okay? We operate on a higher level. You know what I'm saying? Our nature is not like them, all right? We are creators. That's our nature. We are creators. There's creation, there's creatures, there's creators. We were made after the image of the creator, all right? That's our nature. We are creators. We're sentient beings, able to communicate and think on a higher level of frequency. We don't need to succumb to violence just to get a point across. This is to teach someone a lesson. You know, we don't need to do that to make someone follow. We don't have to force our way of life on people. And that's why, honestly, that's why I don't like nowadays. I feel like there's so much people trying to force their way of thinking on someone. Well, if someone doesn't think the same way as you, then maybe they weren't supposed to think the same way as you. Move on, right? Go hang out with people who think the same way you do and let them think the way they do. And then live your life. Live your life. God did not call us to force people under his word or under his care. No, he just called us to live as testimonies, right? Testify of his goodness by how we live, by how we treat others. That's what we're called to do. That's what we're called to do. As leaders, that's how we're supposed to love thy neighbor as you love thyself, right? We're supposed to love God, right? With all of our being, right? So there's a horizontal alignment and there's a vertical alignment that with when it comes to love. There's 3 points to it, right? There's love you have for God, there's love you have for self, and there's love you have for people, right? 3 points to that. That's the trifecta, all right? It says love God with all thy. That's the 2 greatest commandments, right? But there's really 3 in there, right? You got Jesus sneaky, right? But he left it so that you can pick it up, right? And I picked it up. I heard. He says, he who has ears to hear, let him hear. I heard what he said. My brother Jesus says, love God, right? With all thy heart, mind, body, soul, spirit, right? And he said, love thy neighbor as you love thyself, right? So the prerequisite for loving people is to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? How can you love your neighbor if you don't even love who you are? You know what I mean? And then how can you love yourself if you don't even truly love God, the one who you came from, all right? Because we're creators just like him. He created us to be creators. We have to understand that. There's no monkey in the world that can create a toothbrush, all right? They're not going to sit down and draw out an architectural drawing or how this toothbrush is going to function and what form it's going to take. There is no freaking monkey in the world that can do that. We ain't come from monkeys, so stop lying to us, all right? Think about that. Let's speak truth now, all right? I'm not only a truth seeker, I'm a truth speaker now, and I'm going to speak it. So if you guys want truth, come over here, all right? Because I'm not playing anymore. I'm speaking my mind. I'm speaking what's in my heart with all love, right? I love all you guys. This is not a hatred or anything like that. I don't speak, I try my best not to speak out of hatred. I don't hate anyone. I don't blame anyone for whatever happened in the past. That's not what we're doing. We're spreading love out here. We're not spreading hate. We're not spreading fear, right? We're spreading love. We're spreading abundance, okay? We're spreading wealth, all right? We are spreading faith. We're spreading grace. We are spreading forgiveness. We're spreading hope, right? We're spreading strength. We're spreading courage. We are speaking about wisdom. We're speaking about knowledge, divine knowledge and divine understanding, all right? And until you get that knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, you will never awaken from the matrix, all right? You will stay asleep. And you probably will stay woke, which is not really awake, all right? It's a false sense of awakeness. Being woke means you're still asleep. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. What was it? BLM? Sorry. If you go around with a shirt saying I'm woke, that's a red flag for me. I already know. You don't know. You don't know what's going on out here, man. You just regurgitating what you heard instead of critically thinking about it. Because that's what leaders do. We're thinkers. We critically think, right? Intelligence has more than one form, all right? There's more than one form of intelligence, and we need to understand that. We're called to be intelligent beings, all right? That's part of who we are as creators. So understand that. And, I'm not going to speak too much because you know, I don't want to give too much away, but always and ever, if you like this content, I'm telling you, I got way more curated content, right? And the Taolu Academy, which stands for the art of leveling up. We're leveling up, right? Through self-discovery, through self-development, through empowerment, through mastery. We're leveling up. All right. If you want to level up, take our leadership masterclass. It's free. It's free leadership masterclass. I don't charge nothing. You just got to sign up for it. All right. Just check it out at taolu-academy.com. Check it out. It's our new platform where we're building a community of leaders, true leaders. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Grace and peace. God bless you. Blessings. May Christ be with you always. Be safe out here. All right. Level up.